Experienced fly-half George Whitehead wrote his name in the Carling Currie Cup history books when he kicked the winning points for Suzuki Griqua to defeat the Fidelity ADT Lions 27-25 in yet another dramatic final staged at Ellis Park on Saturday afternoon. The hosts held a slight 17-14 advantage at the halfway stage. Last year, a long-range penalty goal after the Hooter denied the team from Johannesburg a first Cup success since 2015, and on Saturday, in a drama-filled finale on a bright Highveld afternoon, Griqua clinched their first title since 1970 when they fought their way back to snatch glory at the death. This victory ended a 55-year drought for the tenacious Griqua, who were denied in the 2022 final by the Airlink Pumas on their home turf in Kimberley. The Lions and their supporters thought they had finally got their hands on the coveted trophy when replacement fly-half Lebabelo Dobila landed a penalty goal with a minute left on the clock, putting them 25-24 ahead after the visitors took the lead a few minutes earlier with their third try. However, in a dramatic twist of events, Griqua got their hands on the ball after the restart and moments later, despite losing possession, referee Christopher Allison called for a TMO review of an earlier incident, which showed a deliberate slapdown of the ball by a Lions defender. From the resultant penalty, the ever-reliable Whitehead stepped up to send the ball through the middle of the uprights to break Lions' hearts, for an incredible second time in 2 seasons, much like the Hollywood Bets Sharks 15 did last year at the same ground. In the first half, the Fidelity ADT Lions fought their way back into the match, following a strong start by the men from Kimberley. The Highvelders were pushed back in their own territory by ferocious defense, and the home side made matters difficult for themselves by committing several handling errors. Suzuki Griqua drew first blood when fullback Cameron Huff scooped up a loose ball after kicking it ahead from a Lions mistake, to score near the post and hand his team a 7-0 lead. At that stage, the hosts struggled to get their hands on the ball, and it was no surprise when they opted for a field goal rather than an attacking lineout, which Chris Smith slotted to make it 7-3. The Lions went ahead 10 minutes later after a great run by Winkelin Piku, who dotted down their first try of the afternoon after a successful counter-attack, started by Smith, who had no difficulty converting to put his side 10-7 ahead. But Griqua struck back when loose forward Lorenz Oosthuizen barged his way over for their second try of the afternoon from a tap penalty, which saw the visitors reclaim the lead at 14-10. In between, the Lions had to repel several attacks from Griqua, with only desperate defense saving them on 2 occasions. The Gauteng outfit scored their second try through lanky center Richard Creel, who sliced his way through the midfield defense to score near the uprights. Smith's second conversion handed his team a slight but deserved 17-14 halftime lead. A Whitehead penalty goal drew the teams level again at 17 all early in the second half, but the Lions scored straight from the restart when outside center Henko van Wyk caught a favorable bounce to dot down their third try of the afternoon, edging them into a 22-17 lead. The game was in the balance, but the scoreboard stayed unchanged for a while, and with less than 10 minutes to go, Griqua worked their way back into the Lions' 22m area. Their forwards launched several attacks at the line before the ball was sent backwards, where inside center Nambo Zwelindaba ran a hard line to burst over. Whitehead added the extras to regain the lead. Dylan Mart then showed that his defense is as good as his attacking prowess when he pulled off a brilliant try-saving tackle to stop Angelo Davids in full flight with less than 5 minutes left on the clock. A wave of attacks gained the Lions a penalty just outside the Griqua 22m area. Dobila, who came on to replace the injured Smith, sent the Ellis Park Crown into raptures when he landed the penalty goal to put the hosts 25-24 ahead with less than a minute remaining. But then disaster struck as Lions lock Juan Delport was judged to have slapped the ball down deliberately, giving Whitehead the chance to kick the winning points. Whitehead, Griqua ace kicker and points machine, raised his hands well before the assistant referees lifted their flags as his brilliant strike sailed high through the uprights to earn Griqua their first Carling Currie Cup triumph since 1970, proving once more the magic of the world's oldest domestic rugby competition. Scorers: Fidelity ADT Lions 25-17, tries, Kelly Piku, Richard Creel, Henko van Wyk. Conversions: Chris Smith 2. Penalty goals: Smith, Lebabelo Dobila. Suzuki Griqua 27, 14, tries, Cameron Hufk, Lorenz Oosthuizen, Nambos Zwellendaba. Conversions, George Whitehead 3. Penalty goals, Whitehead 2,